This movie was pretty terrible, and somehow it had Robert fucking England in it. His performance was pretty good for the 5 minutes we got. Didn't save the movie. The only thing I did like about this movie was that most of the jokes in this were actually pretty funny. There was a lot of shitty jokes, but most of them were actually pretty funny. But this movie was terrible, and they really didn't even understand werewolves, from the design to like the actuality of the lore behind werewolves, because they try and say that like werewolves can heal, which I'm pretty sure werewolves don't get their hand cut off and they just heal it back and it attaches to their body, kind of like Deadpool is what they do in this movie. In most of the werewolf movies I've seen, werewolves just hardly get hurt unless there's silver. There's not really healing factors. So I don't get what that was all about. And speaking of the werewolf costumes, they suck. When the rare times they're actually werewolves is in this movie, even though like it's supposed to be night, the werewolves just aren't werewolves. Only one of them is a werewolf through the entire movie. I guess they just thought the costumes were so shitty and the actors just refused to wear them or something, and that one actor decided to wear it because they ended up wearing it for the final boss battle or whatever, final fight, but they only wore them in the beginning of the movie and then the final fight scene. And one of the werewolves in the first fight scene, he wasn't even a werewolf. We got to see him as a werewolf for literally 20 seconds before he died. Because he clearly did not want to be in these shitty werewolf makeup. And like I already said, I'm going to explain what was so shitty about them. They had fangs, which were more like vampire fangs. Speaking of vampires, there's vampires in this movie for whatever reason. There's also they have like elf ears, and they just threw a little hair on their side, kind of like sideburns. They just don't look like werewolves. And then the end of the movie is just a throwback to the line in the beginning of the movie, because this random gangster is torturing this guy, and then werewolves come in, they kill the guy, then they kill the kidnapper. They kill the kidnapper, and they kill the guy after they kill the kidnapper. He's like, hey, you're hero werewolves. And they're like, nope, sorry, we're just regular werewolves, and then they kill him. And speaking of killing, like, they do it in, like, the weirdest way. There's a scene where it looks like the werewolf is, like, licking someone's neck, but apparently the werewolf is supposed to be dead. I mean, the person that the werewolf is, like, licking is supposed to be dead. So I guess he was biting her, but the way the camera was, it just looked like he was licking or kissing her neck or something. I don't know. Just awful movie. And yeah, I don't really recommend it unless you want to see a few good jokes here and there. But the werewolf things are so bad, and the movie ends with them being like hero werewolves, just based off, the beginning. So yeah, not a very good movie. Pretty terrible.